Welcome to Mandatory Money Matters. Ever found yourself wondering how some folks seem to have a magic wand for saving money, whether it's for a dream trip or that sleek gadget they've been eyeing? Today, we're diving into a world where every dollar counts, and where master budgeting isn't just a skill, it's a lifestyle. Imagine this: a young architect, skilled and creative, yet her bank account tells a different story. Despite a good income, her finances are a puzzle she can't seem to solve. That is until she discovers a new approach to budgeting, turning her daily expenses into a successful financial blueprint. Does this sound familiar? Have you ever caught yourself wondering where your hard-earned money disappears to each month? We'd love to hear your stories in the comments. Now, let's be honest. The thought of budgeting can seem as dull as watching grass grow. But here's where our architect's story takes a twist. She began to see budgeting as a creative challenge, a project just like her architectural designs, and this mindset shift led to some surprising results. Tip 1: Track your expenses. Here's our first golden rule. Track every single expense. Sounds tedious? Maybe. But it's as revealing as looking in a mirror. Our architect started by recording every little expense. That morning coffee, the unplanned taxi ride, the late-night online shopping sprees. It's like a financial health checkup, revealing more than you might expect. Why not give it a try? Track your spending for just 1 week and share your discoveries in the comments. You might be surprised at what you find. Tip 2: Budget beyond bills. But it's not just about tracking, it's about planning. Our architect learned to budget beyond the obvious bills. She planned for the smaller, often overlooked expenses like subscriptions and takeout meals. This level of detail can make a world of difference. Remember the architect's love for coffee? She realized she was spending an exorbitant amount on her daily caffeine fix. By switching to homemade coffee, she saved enough each month to start a small travel fund. It's about finding those small leaks in your financial boat and plugging them one by one. Let's keep the momentum going in our financial mastery journey. Small steps lead to big achievements. Stay with us for more enlightening tips on mastering your budget. There's so much more to explore and learn together. We're continuing our journey into effective budgeting, inspired by our architect's story. She's already made great strides in tracking her expenses, and now, she's ready to take the next steps. Tip 3: Setting a weekly budget. Our architect friend started by setting a weekly budget. This approach is like allocating portions of your income to different categories such as groceries, entertainment, and travel. It's about understanding and controlling where your money goes each week. Think about your regular expenses. How much do you spend weekly on necessities and leisure? By establishing a weekly budget, you prioritize your spending, ensuring a balanced distribution across various needs. Tip 4: Embracing budgeting apps. In this era of technology, our architect wasn't alone. She turned to budgeting apps for assistance. These apps work like virtual financial advisors, categorizing your spending, alerting you to over-expenditure, and even offering insights into your spending habits. Have you tried any budgeting apps? What's your experience with them? Share in the comments and let's exchange tips. Tip 5: Reducing utility bills. Another focus for our architect was reducing her utility bills. Simple steps, like switching to energy-efficient bulbs and fixing leaks, made a noticeable difference. It's not just about cutting costs. It's about adopting a more sustainable lifestyle. Tip 6: Curtailing impulse purchases. Impulse buying can be a budget's worst enemy. Our architect combated this with a 48-hour rule. If she felt the urge to make an unplanned purchase, she'd wait 48 hours. Often, the impulse would pass, saving her money and potential buyers remorse. Have you tried the 48-hour rule, or have other strategies to resist impulse buying? Share your experiences in the comments. Tip 7: Regular savings contributions. She also made it a habit to contribute regularly to her savings. Even small amounts set aside consistently can grow into a substantial sum over time. This practice helped her build a safety net and work towards larger financial goals. Our architect's journey shows that with the right approach, managing finances can become an empowering and even enjoyable part of life. If these tips are resonating with you, don't forget to subscribe to Mandatory Money Matters. Stay updated with our latest financial insights by hitting that bell icon. Our journey with the architect in mastering her budget has been enlightening. But there's more to learn. Let's explore additional strategies to keep your daily expenses in check. Tip 8: Smart grocery shopping. One of the major revelations for our architect was changing her grocery shopping habits. She began planning her meals for the week and created a shopping list accordingly. By sticking to the list, she avoided impulsive buys and reduced food waste. This strategy isn't just about saving money. It's about shopping smarter and healthier. How do you manage your grocery shopping? Do you plan ahead or decide in the store? Share your strategies. Tip 9: Cut down on subscriptions. Subscriptions can be a silent budget drainer. Our architect evaluated all her subscriptions, from streaming services to magazines, and canceled those she rarely used. It's surprising how these small monthly charges add up to a significant amount over a year. Remember, every little bit counts. For instance, by cutting off a seldom-watched streaming service, our architect saved enough over a few months to afford a professional course she was interested in. Tip 10: Embrace DIY. Another area where our architect saved money was by embracing DIY for minor home repairs and improvements. Instead of hiring help for every small task, she learned to fix things herself, thanks to online tutorials. This not only saved money but also became a rewarding hobby. Tip 11: Carpooling and public transport. Transportation can be a significant expense. Our architect started carpooling with colleagues and using public transport more often. This change reduced her fuel and maintenance costs and also helped reduce her carbon footprint. These tips may seem small individually, but together, they make a significant impact on your finances. It's about making mindful choices every day. Tip 12: Prioritize your spending. Now, think about your spending priorities. Are there areas where you can cut back? Perhaps dining out less or opting for a more economical phone plan? Share your thoughts in the comments. Remember, budgeting is not about restricting your life. It's about making choices that align with your financial goals and values. Tip 13: Regular financial check-ins. Lastly, our architect started doing regular financial check-ins. Once a month, she'd review her budget, track her progress, and adjust her spending plan as needed. This helped her stay on track and made her more confident in her financial decisions. Mastering budgeting is a journey, one step at a time. And remember, if you're enjoying these tips and want to keep learning, make sure to subscribe to Mandatory Money Matters for more financial insights. As we continue our adventure, let's recap and build upon what our architect has taught us about transforming our daily financial habits. It's time to put the final pieces of our budgeting puzzle together. Tip 14: Annual financial review. Our architect found great value in conducting an annual financial review. This isn't just about checking numbers. It's a time to reflect on her financial goals, reassess her budgeting strategies, and plan for the future. It's like having a financial New Year's resolution, but with actionable steps and realistic goals. Have you ever done an annual financial review? What did you learn from it? Your experiences could inspire others, so feel free to share them. Tip 15: Investing in financial literacy. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to finances. Our architect dedicated time to improving her financial literacy. She read books, followed financial blogs, and even attended workshops. This empowered her to make informed decisions about investments and savings. Just by understanding the basics of stock market and mutual funds, she started small-scale investments, which gradually grew into a substantial part of her savings. Tip 16: Creating multiple income streams. Another strategy she employed was diversifying her income. She started freelance projects and explored passive income options. This not only cushioned her financially but also gave her a sense of security and independence. Tip 17: Mindful spending. Our architect learned to spend mindfully. Before making any significant purchase, she'd ask herself if it was a need or a want. This simple question helped her avoid unnecessary expenses and focus her spending on things that truly added value to her life. These strategies, from tracking expenses to diversifying income, are not just for our architect. They're for anyone who wants to take control of their financial destiny. It's about making small, consistent changes that lead to big results. As we wrap up today's episode, remember that mastering budgeting is a journey. It doesn't happen overnight, but with persistence and the right strategies, you can make it a rewarding part of your life. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share Mandatory Money Matters. Your support helps us bring more valuable content to you. Thank you for joining us on this financial journey. We hope you're leaving with valuable insights and practical tips to enhance your budgeting skills. Until next time, keep making smart financial choices, and remember, every step you take brings you closer to your financial goals.